So, my life as a fruitarian has been inspired by quite a few people who've been asking me lately, especially yesterday. And it's very interesting that people think or have preconceived thoughts of what the life of a fruitarian would look like, as opposed to the life of a frugivore or a meat eater. Actually, the life of a frugivore and a fruitarian is very similar. It depends for me personally on the season, whether it's summer or winter, spring or autumn, and what's available. So, and that has changed and that keeps changing year from year to year. So, most people seem to think that my life as a fruitarian is more like this. This is the meal. This is it. Well, in fact, I actually do not even like apples. I will juice them and things, but mostly I don't like apples. This is what my kitchen looks like. This is the biggest mess you'll see in my kitchen. This is pretty messy right now. You see the passion fruit that I've cut up there, and they can sometimes make quite a mess. And this is the biggest mess. There's no oil or grease to clean afterwards. Oh, it's just wonderful. This is what I'd like to drink. This, if somebody comes by for a visit, I like to make these ice creams or puddings or porridges. I love to drink anything from with raw cane juice. Here you'll see I prefer to get the large raw cane juices because this way I go through them so fast that it's really important that I have a lot of them. I like to make mono juices like just pear by themselves. I will in the winter, I do pear, and sometimes I will add an apple as well. Mostly in the winter, you'll see me with citrus and pomegranates, and whenever possible, we also with cherry moyas. That's just one of the things that I prefer, but I really begun to really like pear juice, and I've been serving it to people who come to visit, and they're absolutely loving it. But mostly all year round, I will have sugarcane juice because sugarcane, right now I'm living in Los Angeles, and it's native. It was indigenous here. The indigenous peoples used to actually use it. So that's the Native Americans. So I do use a lot of this. I very rarely ever eat any raw vegan cheeses. However, if I'm going to eat them, I eat the one from the Vegan Cooking Show collection from Future Hero Cave. And as you can see, this also includes some microgreens. I do, from time to time, will eat microgreens. I actually used to grow them a lot, and I still have the growers. I just haven't had any cravings or any need for them or any kind of taste, desires for them lately. So that's why. But if I do have them, I have them with fruit. Here you'll see there are pomegranates with them here. So all of this is what you can really expect to see in my place on a regular basis. But I would say most days in my fridge, this is what you'll see. So this is a transition period here where you'll see me going from summer into the autumn. That's why I said it depends on the season. So here you'll see I still have a lot of melons, all kinds of melons I'll have, from honeydew to watermelon to cantaloupe to so many different melons that I love. And of course, a ton of grapes because that's when grape season is really at its, to me, it's sweetest. And you'll see rambutan as well. You'll see coconuts. So underneath the watermelon to the right, you'll see that I have some chopped up cantaloupe as well. So those jars of cantaloupe you see that I take with me when I'm traveling and I know I have no time to come back and eat. The glass of honeydew melon juice you see at the top, right behind the rambutan, that the honeydew melon is actually, melon juice, I should say, is actually what I drink in the mornings. I drink juices in the mornings. So I love drinking fruit juices in the mornings. And so if I have like a pineapple juice in the morning, then I usually follow it with eating something like a papaya, a very ripe papaya. This one isn't ripe enough yet to me. It still has some green. I am like these people go to Vegas, these gamblers. I've always gambled with fruit all my life because I like mine really, 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 really ripe. And it just go to the precipice where it's about to spoil. And if I'm not home to eat it, very often I lose it. Oh, yes. So a lot of people think that I only eat sweet fruits. That's not true. I'll make guacamole because avocados are fruits, and the peppers that I put in them are fruits. And you can see here, cucumbers here, they are also fruits. And I will also make in the summer icicles using fruit. And so when I come home on a really hot, steamy, humid day, I like going to the freezer and pulling out one of these icicles. I call them fruitsicles. And then in the winter, I will be having smoothie bowls, although sometimes they're just too big for me, but I only make them when I have guests come around because they love them. Even although they are still into their slaughterhouse cuisine, I will make this for them and they are in rapture. Sometimes I'll even make a cake, not for me, but for guests as well, or when I'm going to a party or to an event. And for me, I would prefer the fruit as it is, but here it is. I sometimes make things like this and I will send it to friends or family. I wrap it up and send it to them as a gift at holidays, if they're celebrating holidays or whatever. And this is the sort of thing that I really like to give as gifts. So, as you can see, I have quite a repertoire. It's not blocked or stuck on just any one thing. Sometimes I will even in the winter, I love these in the winter. I will eat macadamia nuts. I love macadamia nuts. So I will also eat Brazil nuts in the winter, preferably 4 to 5 times a week, a handful. And I only in the winter I will eat nuts. I rarely ever eat nuts in the summer unless I'm traveling. That's the only thing that I can really find to eat. And so this is pretty much versatile. So it's not like I'm just locked into eating certain things. You'd be surprised how many fruits there are. You know, people do not realize how many fruits there are. For example, bananas, there's so many different kind of bananas. I'm not just stuck with Cavendish bananas, which I really don't like very much, but when I'm traveling, I will eat. And as you can see here, there are different kinds of bananas, which I also just delve into with utter joy and relish. So, for all those who've been asking the question, what is my life as a fruitarian like food wise? You've got an idea now. See, it's not scary at all. In fact, it is pure rapture. So, come on in if you'd like to try it. Thanks everyone for tuning in today.